autant il était appelé de toutes leurs forces.
Inasmuch as there are many longing for the return of peace in all the national territory, others who happen to be enemies of peace long for the worst. Finally, the major national dialogue took place with all the passionate convictions, above all fraternal consciousness. During the dialogue, some spectacular results were recorded, while others were unexpected. It's the essential of this edition of Honor et Fidélité presented on the 5th of October 2019 by Commander Serge Cyril Aton-Fagemo, head of the Communication Division of the Ministry of Defense. Good afternoon, Commander, and happy to have you again on Honor et Fidélité.
Good afternoon, Senior Warrant Officer. It's always a pleasure.
So, the major national dialogue drew its curtains yesterday, Friday, the 4th of October 2019. In view of the results obtained well before the end of the major national dialogue, we can say with confidence that the healing of Cameroon has already begun. But to achieve this, you say that it took a lot of courage.
Eh bien, mon adjudant-chef, le grand dialogue national, parlons-en. C'était, il faut le souligner, le temps de la palabre.
The major national dialogue was the time of the reconciling nuisance, the time of frankness, the time of sincerity. But for all that, it took courage. A lot of courage, first of all, the courage to come together just when everything was done to disunite us. Before, during, and even after the dialogue, we have heard and we continue to hear discordant sounds, all of which aim only to take away all credits of this consultation. Local officials, some national and foreign media have thus argued that the meeting at the Congress Hall was devoid of any relevance and legitimacy, because of the absence of certain politicians and even of some terrorist leaders terrified by their own facts, by the chaos they sowed on their own path. As if the major national dialogue was summed up to the first, still less to the second. Before and during the dialogue, opposition forces have been outbidding through the slogans of demobilization, not to mention the acts of inhuman violence perpetrated on the ground. A case in point is the prison guard murdered and her body atrociously mutilated. Her executioners have once again pushed the limits of abjection, going so far as to publish the photos of their macabre job on social networks. Let's move on to the stormed and particularly suspicious silence of the opinion makers on this tragedy. Let's also look at the threats that have affected the lives of participants in this dialogue. It took courage not to turn the dialogue table into a battlefield where all the blows would be allowed, as the sufferings, frustrations, and disappointments of the participants were great profound. But instead of fighting, everything was based on correction, understanding, and moderation. It was amongst brothers, and there was no question of adding to the pains of all, but to heal the wounds of all. You will have noticed that it is not up to the Prime Minister, head of government, Joseph John Ngute, who gave away to a girl who was choking of her misfortune.
À une jeune fille qui en avait plein le cœur de ses malheurs.
In this dialogue, Commander, there was a participation that has been quarreled. It's the participation of the defense and security forces. Yet these actors certainly had good proposals for the resolution of some problems other than military security.
Dans l'optique de la résolution de certains problèmes rencontrés sur le terrain, des problèmes autres que militaires.
As we are not privy to the debate, we can only assume that in view of the nature of the subjects examined, our defense and security forces were able to make relevant contributions. To have been present in the field on a daily basis, they know better than anyone certain crisis resolution methods, especially in the areas of reconstruction of conflict-affected areas, the return of refugees and displaced persons, and even the demobilization and reintegration of refugees and former combatants. In these areas, the expertise and experience of our defense and security forces is renowned beyond our borders. To say that our critics will be a little too precipitous, but the future will tell. This future, we hope, radiant and prosperous for all the children of Cameroon, our only and dear fatherland. Meanwhile, the ranks of the enemies of Cameroon continue to thin. Every day that passes, there is the voluntary surrender of ex-combatants, and everything suggests that this is just the beginning. To return to the major national dialogue, let us specify that it took especially courage to the participants, to the repentant ex-combatants, to recognize and publicly admit each one his wrongs in order to make amends. But the pinnacle in terms of forgiveness remains the sovereign decision of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Paul Biya, who ordered the halt of the legal proceedings initiated against 333 people arrested and detained for crimes committed in the past in the crisis in the northwest and southwest regions. The presidential magnanimity and magnificence of the gesture aroused emotion as much as torrents of tears and thunderous applause. It was perhaps there the beginning of our remission to all.
All we need is peace. We strongly want peace.
So, let's leave an optimistic prediction. I would like to say, so to speak, that tomorrow in Cameroon is a new day. Better days are coming for our dear fatherland.
Commander, all we need is peace. We strongly want peace.
Long live Cameroon. See you next Saturday.